Hi everybody, I'm Clive and Helen and I have been asked just to do a 5-minute video on the whole area of relationships, and just wanted to encourage you. Helen's going to be talking a bit later on. This is a really challenging time. A couple of weeks ago I spoke on the Sunday about the crucible, the whole idea of refining, and in some ways it's like when pressure or heat is applied, two things could happen. Either cracks get wider or gold comes to the surface, and it's really good stuff. And in these days when people's under these lockdown pressures, relationships can easily get stressed, or they can actually get better. And we hear both of those things happening, don't we? Couples are spending every moment of the day together, and often with kids around all the time, having no time for themselves or together, and when they're just dog tired in the evenings as well. For single people, I've got a single daughter, and they feel very lonely. They're isolated, and their only contact is through a device, which is not always the best thing. And sometimes we run out of things to talk about. It's very easy, just to over-communicate about too many things. Practically, I want to say a few things. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself, but be kind to each other. Take special time for individuals. Take special time with your wife, your husband, with each of your children, with your friends. Take that Zoom call with them on their own, not always in a group, where you actually talk to them personally, make the phone call. In the home, give each other space and time, and have time with each other. And finally, just to say, don't forget that when we get out of the lockdown and when we get to the other side of this, to remember the many good things that we've discovered about our relationships. If we've not seen people, what is it we value about them and we look forward to so much? If we've been living with a person and we've been surprised about how well they've been able to cope with things, let's remember that. And also, let's never take each other for granted. This will all come to an end at some point, and we will back to some form of normal life. And in that time, we want to have moved on in our relationships, and we want to have grown. Now, Helen's going to share a few things about how she invests in the relationships within our family and our friendship groups as well. So we hope that this is a helpful little insight for you. Thank you.
Morning. My name's Helen, and I just want to share some practical ways that we can stay connected during these times. The first thing we can do is pray. Every morning we would just take some time to remember our loved ones, our families, our friends, give them to God, and that just brings such peace and the knowledge that when we can't be with them, God is. The second good weapon in our armoury is, of course, the iPad and the phone, and they have been a lifeline for Zooming, for meetings, for weekly quizzes, for messages of encouragement, for all those ways of staying connected. It's been so good, and we value that so much. With friends, we have several single friends, and so we've resurrected the art of writing letters, and we make our own cards, but you can buy cards, and we've been sending them cards regularly and just encouraging messages and verses during the week. Family, again, the same. Letters, the phones, the Zooms, all of that. That's so important. And just to take time to tell them that you love them so much. Grandchildren, we've been reading them stories. We've been sending them little parcels with puzzles in that I've taken out of books I've already got. Little presents, books, chocolate. They love all that. A little package a week. It just makes such a difference. But the most wonderful thing I've found is homework. Helping them with their homework. I do about 4 lessons a day with various of our 9 grandchildren, and it's been such a joy to spend that time with them. It's been really wonderful. And last but not least, our neighbours and strangers. And often our neighbours have been strangers, and wonderfully now we're getting to know them. But cook cakes and share.